The topic tonight is so important that it is a question asked by many social media and dating websites as a defining characteristic. Are you a dog or a cat person? For centuries, both animals have lived side by side with humans as companions, providing warmth and love, but also a characteristic set of preferences that a person can fall into as they fill the void in their lives with more and more furry friends. There comes a time in every pet owner's life when they must decide because liking both is simply not an option. On tonight's debate, we have Jordan speaking for man's best friend, while Aaron will be taking a catastrophically different approach. And so, 3, 2, 1, debate! To decide who will begin tonight's debate, we will do rock, paper, scissor. Gentlemen? Aaron will begin. Aaron, you have 3 minutes for your opening.
Over my life, I have had 4 dogs, 2 cats, and several birds. The birds are of little consequence. Based on that experience, I think that next to sharks, the common house cat is the most misunderstood animal on the planet. They are often portrayed as aloof and uncaring by people who judge them before taking the time to understand their complexity. While they may be cautious at first meeting, a trait passed down from their early days as solitary predators and enforced by centuries of public discrimination, over time, an attentive owner and their cat will learn the intricacies of one another's personalities and create a mutually rewarding relationship, far beyond anything you could have with a dog. Now, I will admit that the initial phase of getting to know a cat can be very, very difficult. They aren't like dogs, who will befriend anyone who puts a hand out to pet them. Cats prefer to listen and look before engaging with other animals or people, and while this behavior does not always help to improve their first impressions, it has enabled them to improve the way in which they survive and form relationships exponentially. I'll give you an example. Over thousands of years of living with humans, cats have learned to imitate the cry of a baby with their meow in order to better get our attention. That is an incredible feat of accomplishment and self-sufficiently that is constantly overlooked by a dog's ability to, what, shake paws? That's not a fair comparison. Cats aren't unfriendly, they just have a little bit of anxiety. And you can't blame them for that when they've been conditionally associated with evil and witchcraft since the Middle Ages, a time period historians consider to be a stall in scientific and human development. In fact, one of the only things that progressed during this period were the number of ways in which you can skin a cat, our barbaric expression that we still use to this day. Despite this constant discrimination, cats have continued to seek out and form relationships with us, and when they do, it is a relationship of mutual respect to a degree that some humans are incapable of forming with one another. Cats are affectionate and social, but also enjoy their alone time. They're not clingy the way dogs and some people are. They will try to help their owners cover basic universal needs. It's not uncommon for a cat owner to wake up and find their cat has left a dead bird or a mouse or some other animal out for them. And while this can be a little bit gross to our more modern and suburban sensibilities, pet experts agree that this is a sign your cat cares for you. The cat knows that you feed it and it is trying to reciprocate those feelings to you in turn, which brings a balance to the relationship and is the basis for mutual respect. The cat's abilities to hunt and adapt to situations are also what makes it the superior pet. Most of us work for a living, which usually requires us to leave the house for a long period of time. This can be detrimental to dogs who commonly develop separation anxiety and as a result can bark, defecate in the house, and destroy furniture. Currently, 36.6% of...
Thank you, Aaron. Jordan, your opening statement, you have 3 minutes.
My opponent has brought up a lot of fine facts about cats, often whimsical, more complicated than an iPad or any Apple product. But I'm not going to spew facts and research data to you about dogs. I'm a dog owner. I love my dogs. And since the beginning of written history, man and dogs have been partners. They've hunted together, they've protected each other, they've cared for each other. Dogs throughout history have learned multiple jobs, such as running farms with their humans, working on fishing boats, working in the military and the police forces, and they guard our homes every night. Dogs don't simply just defecate in the house, that's poor ownership. You create a schedule with your partner, your dog, and they'll take care of you as just as well as that you take care of them. Dogs protect our children. They help us hunt far better than cats. Cats hunt for themselves. They get rats, birds. Dogs will help you hunt deer, pheasant, fowl, rabbit, intruders. So, it seems pretty clear that dogs are not a superior pet. Cats are a pet. You pet cats, play with cats if they let you. Dogs are family members.
Thank you. Okay, Aaron, you have a rebuttal. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you. I would disagree with the fact that cats aren't family members. In fact, when I come home from a long day of work, my cats act just like most dogs do because they've been given the chance to do that. They greet me at the door. They come when they're called. In fact, they spend most of their days curled up right next to me on the couch, the same way I sit with my mother or my friends in front of the fire to enjoy a meal and watch a nice episode of Jeopardy. Cats have advanced personality traits that dogs just do not comprehend. The cat might consider hunting for itself, like you said, a rat or a bird or something of that ilk. The cat is giving that to you in this situation to help you out. It doesn't think you have the hunting skills. It loves and knows you as a member of its own family and is trying to provide for you as well. And isn't that what family is about? Providing for each other?
Thank you, Aaron. Jordan, your rebuttal. You have 2 minutes.
So you mentioned that a cat would bring a mouse or a bird because he feels like you might not be capable of doing so yourself, despite you are 10 times the size and far more intelligent. Could this be because, like you said, we've developed a relationship with cats that began as us worshiping them for hundreds of years in servitude to cats? And they kind of still have that air about them, don't they? They only come to you when they want to be pet. They only meow when they want to be fed. Where a dog always wants to be in your presence. A dog always wants your attention. And a dog will always love you more than it loves itself.
Aaron, your question from Jordan is, how many lives a year do cats save?
Well, obviously, a cat is a 10-pound animal. It's not going to be able to pull as many people out of the fire as, say, a 50-pound dog. But in our own town, we have a hometown hero cat. Perhaps you've heard of Oscar from the Providence Steer House Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in Providence, where in 2007, it was found that Oscar was the cat who would curl up next to patients who were about to die. And after seeing this phenomenon happen with over 25 patients, staff at the nursing home began calling members of family when Oscar had nestled in near the cat, giving many families the chance to come in and say goodbye to their loved ones and have closure for themselves and their families. Oscar has gone on to date to do this with over 100 patients, giving multiple people the chance to say one last goodbye to their loved ones.
I'm sorry, so Oscar has saved 0 lives?
That's correct.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Jordan, your question from Aaron is, do you love dogs so much because you need your pets to be subservient? You have 2 minutes to answer.
My pets are anything but subservient. I spend hours a day taking care of their needs, feeding them, making sure they get plenty of exercise, attention. I spend thousands of dollars a year bringing them to the vets, making sure that they're up to perfect health. As a matter of fact, at my last vet visit with my pit bull, she was, the doctor said that she was the healthiest pit bull she's seen in months, and she wished that she's seen more come in looking like her. 50 pounds of muscle, beautiful coat, happy dog. So who's serving who? It's a mutual relationship.
Thank you. Aaron, your rebuttal. You have 2 minutes.
Dogs are easy pets. You can get one, you can pet it, it'll come up to anyone, it'll say hi to anyone. The dog is just happy to be out and about. But that dog is never gonna stop needing that. Dogs need constant attention. They are always at your side, up on top of the furniture, keeping up with you, barking, trying to get your attention. I can't put up with that. I need a pet that can take care of itself and respect its alone time because I need the same alone time for myself. Now, whenever I need my cat or I want my cat, they have always been there for me. But whenever I just said, I just need to sit down and get some work done, my cat has respected that decision and it has set its own terms and it has found some way to take care of itself in a way that no dog ever has.
Thank you, Aaron. Jordan, your rebuttal, you have 2 minutes.
So I'm a bit confused. You began your rebuttal by saying dogs are easy, simple pets, but then you went on in great length to describe on how difficult they are and how much work it is to take care of them. You seem a little confused on the subject. I also own a cat, and he's the easiest pet, including pets that have been in tanks, that I've ever had. I see him maybe once or twice a day when I feed him, or if he wants something, like to go outside and hunt for mice or birds. And that is it. Sometimes I actually forget I own a cat until he shows up and I'm startled by this warm fuzzy thing on my neck. Now, dogs, however, they give you no more attention than you need if they're trained properly. Of course, a young puppy like my dog Aria, she's a 2-year-old pit bull almost. She's got a lot of energy. If you're not playing with her, she's gonna get rambunctious, yeah. But you take her outside, let her run around, and she'll lay down for hours a day just like a cat would. What it really comes down to is, like I mentioned before, the mutual respect. The dog will love you more than it loves itself always. It will always forgive you for any misguided yelling at it or spankings or anything like that, where a cat will hold a grudge. A cat will claw you, cut you, bite your eyes out. And when it comes down to is if I were at the beach with my dog and I had a stroke in the water, I would not drown because my dog would drag me to safety. Your cat would go hunt a mouse.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yes, I remember your dog Aria.
1 minute. Aaron, your closing statement. You have 2 minutes. Now you can go.
For centuries, cats have fought for affection against unfair stereotypes ranging from aloofness at best to be considered agents of Satan at worst. The black cat is a symbol of bad luck, not for a human, but for cats themselves, and is a stigma held in front of their tiny faces that they have been unable to shake for centuries, despite numerous prejudices. Cats are social, domestic creatures, just like dogs are. And they are an easier, more low-maintenance pet for someone living in today's society where we are working long hours. Like, let's just face it, people, the minimum wage is not gonna get any lower under this current administration. You're going to need a low-maintenance pet if you want to have one at all. And cats are self-cleaning. So, if you're considering adopting a pet today but aren't sure if you have the time to take care of a helpless baby that will never grow up, consider choosing a cat. And make 2018 a great year for pussy.
Thank you, Aaron. Very strong. Jordan, your closing statement. You have 2 minutes.
All right, I've talked a lot about companionship and the animals protecting us. Let me go into a little bit of finer detail. I've done a little bit of research on this, and there are 1,700 plus dogs actively serving in our military. Every year, each one of those dogs saves between 140 and 270 soldiers' lives. That's thousands of soldiers' lives saved every year. I'd also like to mention that many of these service dogs die in combat themselves, paying the ultimate sacrifice. They go on to receive a soldier's burial, their owners get a folded flag, 10-gun salute, and they lose one of the best friends of their lives. So you tell me, how many cats received a soldier's burial?
It's time for the pussies to grab back.
Oh, let's see, you're gonna get it, pal. I hope you got 9 large.
Yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree.
Tell us what you think. Comment below.